Hello, I'm Derek Smalls, and you're watching, or listening, or both, to Rock Shop Live with Eric Broadbent. He's the Bent Broad.
You're watching Rock Shop Live, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Also brought to you by Idea Bench, makers of hot rod inspired pedal boards and pedal board accessories at ideabench.com. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are brought to you by Rode Microphones. Now here's your host from Ontario, Canada, guitarist Eric Broadbent.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Thursday night edition of Rock Shop Live. This was supposed to happen last night, but unfortunately, Spinal Tap, the virtual reunion, was last night, and I certainly did not want to go live during that. Not that I was going to be any competition for them by any means, but just out of respect, I was hoping to actually tune in and catch that. Unfortunately, you had to be a resident of the United States only. Not even in Europe, you have to be a U.S. resident to be able to tune into that live stream. It was a virtual reunion. They had Michael McKeon and Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, Paul Schaefer, Rob Reiner was on there. I think Fran Drescher was there as well too, hosted by Patton Oswalt. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see it because of the geographical limitations. So I bumped this until tonight. And you know, the funny thing is, this is something that some of you are jumping in the chat, which I'll say hi to in a moment, are personal friends of mine on Facebook. And, you know, I'm not one to give advice, you know, so to speak, but I try to share some tips when it comes to guitar and things of that nature. And with last week having, you know, the passing of Eddie Van Halen, that affected a lot of us in different ways. Some of us deeply, some of us, you know, more deep than others, and just affected the world. But I've been in a bit of a funk. Now, I've rebounded from it somewhat, but it's one of those things where you might be good one day, and the next day you're not. And I was actually I posted on my Facebook, I said, look, if you want to get through this, here's what I suggest you do. Play guitar and play more guitar and play more guitar, and it will get you through it. Now, that being said, and I even made a bit of a joke with it, I said that, you know, I'm posting this so I can come back and take my own advice. Now, I didn't go back and reread my post today, but I could have used my own advice today because I was almost going to cancel this stream tonight. I was playing guitar, doing a bit of a rehearsal before the stream, and I am far from being in a guitar mood tonight. It's the mojo, you feel the mojo or you don't feel the mojo when you pick up a guitar. And I wasn't feeling the mojo. And I told Sandra, I said, I'm going to cancel it. But first of all, it looks silly to cancel streams when you've already bumped one once, and I was going to cancel it. And I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to play through it. And that's what I suggest that you guys and girls do. If you're having a bad day with your guitar, play through it. If you can't get through it, at least you've tried. And then you can say, well, I tried. And then there's, you know, outside circumstances that may be affecting you, you know, but play through it. Try it. Try to get through whatever it is that may be ailing you. And for me, it's just several things in my mind today, like a rainy, dismal day that can kind of, you know, put you in the dumps a little bit. It was a very dark day today. So that was a little bit, and maybe the Eddie Van Halen thing was weighing on me a little bit. But you know what? I could have very easily hit delete on the stream, and I didn't. I'm going to play through it. And if I play great, awesome. If I suck, that's awesome too, but at least I tried. So there's a little bit of advice I'm going to give you. Try to play, if there's something in your life that's really bothering you, like the course of the loss of Eddie Van Halen, pick up your guitar and play. I've seen some of my friends, you know, some of the reactions are to just quit playing guitar. And they're entitled to that. That's their opinion. That's their thoughts. That's what they think they should do. I don't knock that. But I do discourage it, that you should pick up your guitar and play more and more and more and more. And at the very least that can happen is that you become a better player. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Let's say hi to a bunch of people in the chat. We're going to take a look at a fun guitar tonight, and we'll be doing probably about a 60-minute stream. It's nice to have you all here. We've got Matt Krill right off the hop. Nice to see you, Matt. My beautiful Nocturnal Butterfly is here. Six String Brian has made his move out east somewhat from his former Ontario, where I still am here, Ontario, Canada. He's out there. Mark Taylor is here. Ed B is jumping in as well too. Chris Robertson, man, nice to see you, buddy. I see you got your new pedal out there in the wild. People are getting that, I hope. Very, very cool. It's a fuzz pedal, I believe. Very, very cool. Nice. Brad Miller's jumping in. And actually, I'm gonna jump back and tell you a little bit of a story too about funk. And I'll tell you that there's a continuation to this funk. And I'm not talking about like Earth, Wind, and Fire funk. I'm talking about a mood of funk. Let me see. Dale Palmer is jumping in as well, too. Matt says, Eric, I took your advice, and your Helix trifecta has carried me through the last week. I've tried to learn additional EVH songs, and trust me, it's been therapeutic. Thank you. And as Matt says, that preset called Helix Trifecta, I'm going to be playing that tonight. That's pretty much the main preset I play all the time. It is a 3-channel preset for Line 6 Helix, and gives you a nice, clean, dirty, and lead channel sound. And yeah, me too. And I got out of Van Halen a little tiny bit. It might sound kind of crazy when people know that I'm this Van Halen fan, and I kind of went in a different direction for a little bit. That's why you're not seeing me playing all these striped guitars and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to find my identity, and it's so funny. In the course of trying to find my own identity, it's like, when you pull into a gas station and someone says, okay, yeah, so I want to get to this such and such address. They say, yeah, go up there, you take a right at the fork on the road. There's a tree with a river. You turn right, blah, 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 blah. And then you end up coming right back to that gas station because you're trying to find your way, and you got right back there. Well, in my course of trying to find my own way on guitar, it brought me right back to Van Halen again. So it is what it is. I'm a one-trick pony. I say that. I'm proud of. I'm not ashamed of it. Trick pony. I'm a whammy bar guy. When I'm in trouble, I grab the whammy bar and do a dive. Can't do that with some of my guitars, especially with the one I'm going to be playing tonight. But nothing wrong with accepting what you are, what your strengths are, and what your weaknesses are. So I never try to profess to be anything more than that. So one trick pony. Zach Thong is here. I think Zach was actually first earlier in the chat but it scrolled way back, so I didn't get a chance to mention his name. Neil Bambury is here. It's nice to see you as well. And I'm just making sure I haven't missed anyone. And I appreciate the comments, Matt, on the presets. So let's go back to this funk for a second. So this beautiful guitar, you can see it just a little bit. It's not really illuminated here. I don't have the best lighting, but you'll see it better in a moment. Is the RS620 Revstar from Yamaha Guitars. And it arrived last Friday. It was saying, and man, it got here fast. Shipped from California overnight from Yamaha. And the nice thing is, you can see the other one back there. That's the 720BX with the Bigsby. It was brought into their imports from Europe, but the nice thing was a senior luthier and designer at Yamaha Custom Shop, Pat Compolitano. He did a full setup on that guitar for me, right to my spec, which is beautiful, and did the same thing with this one as well too. So that's why they took a while to get to me. They had coming in from Europe with COVID, had all the this was something that was in the works since NAMM back in January. COVID took effect and things of that nature, and then they had to get to Pat, and then once Pat was able to get back into the shop, unlimited, with social distancing, even with employees and things of that nature, it took a while for him to get to the workload of guitars. Got mine, got them done, got them sent to me. This one arrived last Friday, and UPS was saying, "Yep, it's going to be here Friday," but we had the Canadian Thanksgiving on Monday, and I was saying to my friends, I was like, "Oh man, it might be here Monday," and people on Facebook are saying, "Eric, with your Canadian holiday, you won't get it till Tuesday." So I'm like, "Oh, please come in." It came in on Friday. It was awesome. And on Fridays, I either do my Rock Shop live show, which I'm doing one of right now, or I do my new show, which is called Inside the Gilliverse. You can see the graphics on the screen there on the right-hand side of the screen. And so I wanted to do an unboxing. It's going to do a real nice unboxing guitar, and I recorded the unboxing. I literally did a... sometimes I like to do unboxings not live, just for the sole fact that if someone's coming in to watch the video later on YouTube, sometimes, they don't want to weed through me saying hi to Bob and Jimmy and Barb and, someone, Sally, for 15 minutes. They want to see me open the guitar or whatever the product is I'm unboxing. So I pre-recorded one, and I was in my funk because it was only about 3 days. Was it Tuesday Eddie passed away? I don't even want to know exactly because it just makes me focus on the date. I don't want to focus on that because it's too hard to comprehend. But it was mere days after Eddie passed away, and I'm trying to record, and I'm just like, I couldn't even find my words. Like a lot of times I do scripts for my videos. I didn't do a script, but I couldn't even find syllables. I couldn't find words. And I record, stop. And I texted Sandra, like, I can't do this. I can't find my words. I said, screw it. So that's when I was planning on going live last night, do a live demo and broadcast and play the guitar and stuff like that. I bumped it for Spinal Tap, and here we are. But that funk carried over. And there's some nice messages coming in. I have the chat open, but sometimes I see them much better when Sandra texts them to me. So she's texting them to me, and I'm seeing them right now. Chris says, "Dude, I absolutely love your attitude and positivity. Thank you. We all need a lot of it right now, and I'm a consumer of positivity. I'm not just a what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not just a supplier of positivity. I'm a consumer. I need it too. So I'm trying to give a little, take a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Neil says, I haven't played since Ed passed. I'm kind of in a what now mode. And you'll go through that. And Neil, you are a very, very good player. So do me a favor. I mean, if, Eddie's looking down at you right now, you are a very good player. As are a lot of our people in the chat here right now. Pick it up and play. Do some fun stuff. Even if you want to get out of Van Halen a little bit, play some fun, just, I don't know, do some AC/DC or do something different to make it fresh for you and then kind of bring your way back to Van Halen again. Just play. Pick it up and play. And if it's really, really sour, well, then you need to take a break for a day, but come back to it. And you're going to really, really appreciate it. Probably in the end, you're going to be a better player than you ever were before because you're going to channel that energy, and Eddie's looking down at a lot of us right now saying, play your guitar. Like, just do it. Brian, any word on the Stomp update? And I can't honestly say, Brian, I honestly can't say when that is coming. I know they're working on it. We're talking as far as about, I know he's referring to 9 blocks in HX Stomp as opposed to, 6? Is that right? 6, 7, yeah, I guess, 6 blocks. So I can't comment on that yet. Brad says, yeah, I have a similar thing right now. Do you guitar if you haven't had to want to play it, hunting parts for my Stripe condo. And then sometimes Sandra's texting me this. She's using voice to text, so I'm not quite sure what language this is she's speaking, but I get it. I know Brad's working on some parts and stuff like that, and Sandra and I always joke, she's using voice to text. You should see what comes across my screen sometimes. Probably work better if I looked at the chat. O'Neill says, she's, wait, I'm just trying to see who the name is. Hang on a second. Neil says, I found myself focusing more on drums. I saw you got your electronic kit. I must be in the anger stage of the 7 levels of 3. Drums are great. Enjoy that drum kit and work on that. I mean, every guitar player, if you have look at a good example is, well, of course, Eddie Van Halen. Look at Nuno Bettencourt. That guy and his playing is so percussive and so rhythmic. If you have a good understanding of drums, which I don't, I love drums. It'll really, really help you in your performance. So yeah, fool around with that. Grab a bass guitar and have some fun with that. It will certainly inspire you and help you as well too. So this is so funny when I get the voice to text, because it's easier for her just to say, speaking to her iPhone upstairs instead of typing right so fast. And Siri on iPhone does not exactly understand the language that great. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab the guitar here. I think I've got some tunes set up here, and I think everything is looking pretty good. I hope. Is everything okay on the stream? I'm getting a couple errors on YouTube here. It's saying some keyframe frequency, but I'm not really dropping any frames. It should be good. Is everything looking okay in the chat as far as smoothness? We're going to jump over to a bigger screen here in a second. And another message from Matt says, you should all have seen a video from Eddie. Play, man, you just got to play. Music is all we've got. If you don't play, I'm going to come find you. Eddie Van Halen. There you go. And he is watching us, from above, look, because we all adore him. We all tried to be him. We all tried to emulate him. And if he was still here, let's just say he was still here and was unable to play or just here with us, he would want all of us to play, and he'd want us all to play every day and bring smiles to our faces and our families' faces and our friends, or maybe our audiences if we're out there performing professionally. So keep on playing. And Brad Miller saying all good. Okay, that's good. That's good. I have dropped down my bit rate here just a little bit. I'm dropping down, believe it or not, down to 720p. I hate to broadcast at that, but I'm, it's one of these things, especially with my new show. I'm bringing on people regularly on Friday nights from the Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad world and stuff like that. And instead of having all the bells and whistles, I want it to be the best for you, the end viewer. I want it to be as smooth as possible. So I'm bringing down my quality a little tiny bit to make it a better experience. So I hope it's looking okay. And yeah, Matt Krill saying video looks good as well too. Richard, is it Giraffe? I can't see from here. I'm so blind. But Richard's jumping in, says looks good. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Matt, I may be calling on you and Eamon tomorrow for a quick test, just to give you guys an idea what's happening this weekend. We have fun doubleheader shows this weekend. And for those of you that are new, again, you're seeing that thing on that side of the screen, Inside the Gilliverse. That's a new show I have. talking Breaking Bad, El Camino, Better Call Saul. Tomorrow night, I've got musician, actor Michael McKean. He's David St. Hubbins from Spinal Tap. He's Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul. You know, he's from Laverne and Shirley. He's from The Mighty Wind. I mean, oh man, his list of credits goes on and on and on. I wanted to get him on my Rock Shop live show for about 2 years. Fortunately, now this has worked out really, really well to have him on Inside the Gilliverse. So we're going to be doing that. It's his birthday on Saturday, so everyone can join in and wish him a happy birthday. I love Michael McKean, a great actor. And then over on Saturday, because this fellow is a performing stand-up comic, he's on stage every Friday night at 9 o'clock when we do our show, so I couldn't book him for a Friday night no matter what the time was. You may know him as Huel Babineau from both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Lavelle Crawford, a great stand-up comic. He's going to be joining us at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So lots of fun with that. I'm really enjoying this little new segment. And trust me, guitar is not going away. Guitar is going to be a very, very, very big part of this channel. Obviously, it started that way and it will continue that way. Dave Briscoe is here. Dave, love you, buddy. And Matt says that 10-second clip of VH, I think when he did the Smithsonian interview, yeah, brought tears to my eyes. So there's a bunch of people at the Smithsonian Institute, and they're, you know, they go to the people at the podium and they say, here's my question for Eddie. Can I ask this question? Whatever. And they vet the questions, obviously, to pick some of the best questions. And I don't know who this fellow is. I wish I knew who he was. I probably would know him if I heard his name, because we probably all go back to the Van Halen mailing list days back in the late 90s. But he asked to Eddie, he says, if you had the opportunity to play with one musician who's passed on, who would that be? And you see Eddie look around, you're probably thinking, we are thinking of Jimi Hendrix, and so on and so forth, stuff like that. Stevie Ray Vaughan. He goes, my dad, I'd love to play with my dad. And I know exactly that's what Wolfgang was feeling, right? So, and Matt says, you're getting Chuck McGill. Very, very nice. And Chris says, I'm interested about these guitars, heard a lot about them. So how about we do that? We get into those guitars right now. So let's grab one right now. I think I have the Helix muted, and we'll be using those presets that Matt talked about earlier. Before I even jump into my Helix trifecta presets that we're talking about, what a lot of times people do with guitars, I'm guilty of it. I'm totally guilty of it. Doing a demo, I pop on my rich distortion and I just chug. But people want to know what the guitar sounds like clean. What can it do, right? So I'm going to put it on a bit of a Fender Twin kind of sounding preset. And I'm going to let you hear what the guitar can sound like clean. I'm going to show you a couple of subtleties with that. Then we're just going to rock and roll, because most of you here watching today are rock and rollers. So we'll jump with that. So let's grab the guitar right now. And I feel a sneeze coming on. Just nothing to worry about, but I don't want to sneeze in this microphone, so hopefully I can mute it in time. And I think I'm going to possibly get ready to do that now, because I can feel it coming. I hate that when you got to sneeze on deck and you know it's coming. Look at the light. Look at the light, right? Is that how it does it? I'm trying to get it. So here's the guitar, actually. I'm going to try to show you here. Beautiful, beautiful. This is called the Snake Eyes Green. I just called it Snake Green when I was talking about it online, but it's a 3-piece mahogany neck. It's got mahogany body with a laminate maple top, 2 Alnuka 5 humbuckers. You've got a 3-way toggle on it, volume, and then you've got the push-pull on here, which is a dry switch, and it kind of actually engages like a single coil tone, which is technically what it does, but it also has a low frequency cut. And it's one of those things where you're sitting there playing a lead and you pop it out, and it's not going to be subtle. And I mean, it's not going to be like slapping you in the face where the difference is, but all of a sudden your tone just happens to cut really, really nice. So I'm going to jump over to a bigger screen so you can see the guitar here. I want to make sure I'm, let me see here. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Let's jump over to a bigger screen. One sec. Okay, there we go. We're in a bit of a bigger screen. Okay, and there we go. So I'm on the back humbucker right now. Excuse me, I'm just going to mute for 1 sec. I apologize. Okay, so really nice and clean, right? Okay, now actually, I kind of spoiled it. I had the dry switch engaged. So here it is. I'm going to just hit an open D chord. Okay, I'm going to pull the dry switch. I'm maybe I'll do a bit of an arpeggiation here. Okay, roll on the dry switch. I like that a lot. Okay, we'll go to the middle pickup. And the neck pickup. Very nice, clean. So since we're in drop D, we'll probably start with a rock song in drop D. So I really do love that that dry switch. Just enough to... Very, very nice. And what I'm going to do here, you're going to have to excuse me just for a second. I seem to have a bit of a cold coming on. I'm going to mute this for one real fast second. The helix, I should say. I'm just going to grab a tissue. I will be right back. I don't want to be slobby here on the screen. Give me 1 second. Just got to see if I can even find this.
Should that be louder or softer?
Bring up the mids on your chalkboard there a little bit.
Bring up the what on the what?
Turn up your mids on your chalkboard.
Okay, there it is. What we've got MXR Distortion Plus, which is a fairly, I talked about a sharp sound. That really helps if I want something to be easy to pick, I'll press on that because it just sort of sharpens it up. The phase 90 script with the LED so I can tell that it's on, even though when I got earplugs jammed in my ears.
Yep.
And that also helps the sharpness. The Supro Drive, which is a lot more, big, thick, kind of Leslie West, the bassy kind of thing. And then but the nice thing is if you put the MXR into this, you kind of get both. So that's the thing is depending on what order you've got. If you turn both these on, then you kind of got thick and sharp at the same time.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And this.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to fix this little something there. Okay, so let's try this. Oh, Brad's asked me how am I tuned tonight. I'm down to E flat always. I'm on almost all my guitars except the Variax guitars. I have a few Variax guitars back there. Most of them are tuned to standard pitch, but I have a couple that are tuned down to lower pitch. And I always say this on the show as well too. People say, well, why would you tune a Variax guitar down? I just like the feeling of the string tension on a lower tuned guitar. All right, so we'll go over to a bit of some chunk here. All right, we'll start with a song called Silence. All right, let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Sonia's jumping in here as well too. All right, so we'll see what this guitar will do for us. It's really with the 720 BX back there. There's not a lot of differences between the two guitars. The BX back there has locking tuners, which I am going to be upgrading this one too down the road. They look exactly the same, kind of that satin nickel, whatever you want to call it, finish, and it has the Bigsby on it. And that's about it. This one has the flame maple laminate top, but I am going to upgrade the locking tuners, not for the fact that I need better tuning stability. This thing stays in tune great. I just like the fact that it's for quick string changes, not extra winds on the pegs. That's one of the things I just love. Click, boom, bang, and you're ready to go. All right, let's get the song ready to rock. We'll keep an eye on the time. We're 9:24 Eastern here. We'll go till 10 o'clock. I'll probably be able to get about 7-8 songs in, and we'll see what you think with the guitar. Here we go. question from Matt. It says, what is your favorite string gauge? I'm finding that the 9s on my Variax are too light and shrilly. Yeah, that's the thing, right? On a Variax, they ship with 10s, and I do have 9s in all of mine. Actually, all my guitars, 9 to 42 on these. I use the D'Addario NYXLs. There was, on the 720 back there, Pat at Custom Shop, he put some D'Addarios, I think they're steels or something like that. It was something a little different than I was used to, and I haven't changed them yet. They still play great, sound great. But on this one here, I was asking if I could get D'Addario 9 to 42 NYXLs. And I just love those. With these jumbo frets on these guitars, they just rock. So there's the answer to that question, D'Addario 9 to 42. I like a lot of different strings. D'Addario is my favorite. I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not promoting them. I just love them. The Ernie Ball Super Slinky, I love those as well too, 9 to 42. That's my favorite. Rob says the guitar sounds killer. Thank you so very, very much. Mike Haas is here. Nice to see you. Mike has got a really cool promotion. I'm going to talk about it later when I have the exact facts. But Mike has a really cool ebook out available right now for pentatonic scales and licks and stuff like that. It's very, very helpful, even for people that are really good. It's very good. I think I saw my cat go by. That's Gypsy. Just saw a flash by. She's being good. If she comes by later, I'll show you our new one of 2 new members in the family, cats. And but anyways, we're going to be working with a promotion with Mike to give a special discount. And if you want to talk about it in the chat, you're more than welcome to, Mike. And we're going to be offering some people on our channel here a bit of a coupon code. It's a really, really good ebook. I just started working on it the other day. It's certainly, I need some refreshing courses, guaranteed. And it's I recommend it. It's really, really cool. I'm going to get Junior working on it as well, too, so you can learn some licks and some scales and things like that, too. Very, very cool. I didn't get a chance to, and Rob had mentioned the guitar. It's very cool. I'll see if I miss anybody else. Scott Roos is here. Bucket Full of Balls is here. This is nice. Really, really cool. Nice to see everyone jumping in. Richard, is that your own song? Couldn't hear vocals loud enough, but sounds great. Thank you indeed. Yes, everything I'm playing here is strictly my own from my old band, Finding Core. We're no longer a unit. Still trying to get my old singer Todd over here one of these days. Once COVID is cured, I don't want to say cured itself. Once things are somewhat normal, people can get in the same room with everyone without having to wear a mask and things of that nature, and get him over here and we'll do some stuff together. But I try to play all my own music so we avoid copyright issues, right? It's either I can play some Van Halen and I can play some of my music, but I can't play anything else without getting stung for copyright. So that's why we do that. Let me see here. Lori is jumping in as well too. Nice to see you. And I don't have, as I'm getting a text message from Sandra. I'm going to say not at the moment. Let's see. Okay, we'll get that for sure. All right, let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Okay, so let me see. I guess since I was going to say we'll stay in D, but let's come back up here. All right. Chords really sound nice and full, right? Love it. I really like this guitar. It's really inspiring. All right, now we'll try. How about some fun? Let's do some Fly. For this one, we need to have our trem. I bet you that would sound nice with that dry switch. Whoop! If I can play the darn chord. Thank you, Richard. All right. Okay, here comes some Fly. Come fly with us. And just before I start flying, I'm seeing a text message coming from Sandra, so I want to make sure. Okay, no. Okay, good. Yeah, I saw that. Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Richard. All right, let's do some Fly.
inside is scary. So let's begin this journey. Inside my cover, where no one else can see, the forces pull together, suspicious minds can be.
And there is a name I have not seen in forever. Dewey Armstrong, one of my old grade school buddies. Wow. I feel like I'm being punked here. So nice. Dewey, I hope you are well. I hope you are very, very well. That is so awesome. I see some other comments coming in. That is so wickedly awesome. I don't know how you found my channel, but thank you for finding it. Thank you for stopping in here this evening. Super chat from Rob Lisanti. And Rob, you know what's so funny? You and I are friends on Facebook, and every time I see the M in your name, I want to call you Rob Milisanti. So if I call you Milisanti, please don't think I'm disrespecting your name. Rob, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. That's so awesome. Did Eric already play that guitar without any tracks? It sounds great in the mix. I still have backing tracks as well here too. That's the album. But my guitar is a lot louder in the mix. Okay, you know what? We're going to play a little bit more. We're doing pretty good on time. And you know what? As at the start of this show, broadcast tonight, I was saying to the few people that were jumping in at the get-go, I was saying that I was not going to go live tonight. I was going to actually cancel the stream because I was not in a guitar mood. And my advice to people, even when you're not in a guitar mood, play through it. And I'm really glad I did. I did not want to play guitar tonight. I just could not. Mojo wasn't there. I went through it. First couple songs, it was nice, but it's nice seeing you guys and girls in the chat, and that helped a lot. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, play for your friends, play for your family, and maybe you're not feeling it yet. They will feel it. They'll put smiles on their face, and Turnt's going to put smiles on your face. That's what happened to me tonight. I did not want to play guitar, and I'm seeing friends I haven't seen in forever, and I'm seeing names here that are regulars as well too, and I'm feeling it back from you. It's hard to believe that you can actually feel it through a virtual thing like someone being in a live chat, but you can. And so advice, follow my advice, and remind me to take my own advice later. Play through it. Even when, so we're talking about the loss of Eddie Van Halen and in things like whatever messes you up mentally, play through it and you will become better. And I'm really glad I did decide to play tonight because I probably went to bed in just a kind of funk mood. And now I'm going to go to bed with a smile on my face tonight. So thank you all for that as well too. I appreciate that. Singing tune pretty darn good. Pretty darn good, man. I'm not tuned. No need to really physically tune. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's try... we can try this. Let's jump over to a newer record. Let's jump back over to 5210, and we'll have some fun with this one. How about we start off with here? So that's not on that record, but we'll play this one here. Do a little bit of LG for you. Here we go.
Step away from me.
Okay, Mojo's coming. Mojo's coming. All right. All right, we're having fun. And Scott Roos, I think it was Scott that says the Jimi Hendrix chord sounds nice, right? I actually love that riff. It's just so simple. Jimi Hendrix chord, right? Oh, I missed a harmonic there. There we go. Okay, now let's lose some kick-ass here. You know what? I tell you what, let's slow it down, bring it back up. I'm going to totally mess with your minds here. We're trying to ride this roller coaster. We could go fast. We're going to slow it back down again for a minute. I know if Brad Miller's still here, he'll like this one. All right, song called Pass You By. And if you watch a tribute I did last, I think it was Wednesday, I believe. Oh man, it's blur. But I did a tribute to Eddie Van Halen, and we had a bit of a slideshow at the beginning. And a lot of people are asking me, what's that song, Eric, that you're playing at the beginning of that song, or the slideshow? And it's this one here, beautiful chords. And it's this song has never rang more true to me than recently. You know, I'm getting older in my life as well too. But you know, losing Eddie, you know, you really be grateful for what you have in your life. Your heroes, your family members, your parents, your grandparents aren't going to be here forever as much as we think they are. And if you're one of the older ones looking back at your younger members of your family, you know, be grateful for what you have, but watch, because your life will pass you by in a blink of an eye. We're realizing that all of our heroes are passing away, and we're outliving them, and that's sad. But here's a beautiful song called "Pass You By," and we'll get through it together. Let's have some fun. I'll keep an eye on the time, and I just may go over just a hair. And Mick Spankleton says, sounded great. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Here we go. Pass You By.
Well, have to let go.
Love that. I love playing that song. And it's my favorite solo of anything I've ever written, and it is so simple. My favorite part is that climb right here. It's kindergarten simple, but it speaks to me. It really, really speaks to me. It really brings emotion to me every time I play that part. Brad, thank you for the super chat, and I know exactly what that was for. Well, we just covered it right now. Thank you. I appreciate that immensely. All right. Well, you know what? Mark Taylor, if he's still here, we got a song. Thank you so much. McSpankleton. I think that, am I saying that right? Okay. Here's a song written for Landshark Mark. Okay, here we go. I'm going to load her up. All right, I did say 2 more songs, but I saw Matt Krill request Shirley, so we're 10:02. We're going to go about 10:10, 10 minutes over 10. That's going to be about it. We're going to do Shirley next, and then we're going to end with... Actually, you know what? We'll end with Shirley. So we'll end on a beautiful song, and we'll rock this one up. Let's drop it down to D. This is fun as hell to play. Let's see how my harmonics work here for me. We're going to play a song called Runaway, and we will conclude with Shirley. This has been an absolute blast on a Thursday night. Be sure to come back and join me tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I've got from Spinal Tap and Better Call Saul, I've got actor, musician Michael McKeon on the show. Fantastic evening tomorrow night for 60 minutes of crazy talk. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you there, and 2 last songs for you. Thank you, everyone, so much. Last song for the evening. This will be Shirley. We're going to turn this one up a little bit here. I never turned down this song. There we go. Okay, here we go. Last song for the evening. All right, come back and see us tomorrow night. talk some music with Spinal Tap's lead singer and guitar player as well too. David St. Hubbins from Spinal Tap, Chuck McGill from Better Call Saul, Michael McKeon tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on Music Gear Network.